Oh. Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm here with Collar, bringing you the OSL Round of 8 big name Dragon on Dragon action. Bisu versus Best. Oh my god, we got alliteration all over the place. We got two dragons. This is going to be an amazing lineup. I can only imagine the games that we're going to see. Collar, why don't we get right to it? Who do you think has the advantages in this match? I mean, both these Protoss players are at the top of their games. We know this. Who do you think has what it takes to win this and move on to the semifinals from the quarterfinals?
Oh my god, this is so close. Any other day other than the year 2009, I would say Best is a favorite, but I gotta say, Bisu, Pretty Boy Protoss, is the best player in the world right now, and even though Best is statistically by far, he's the Jaedong of the Protoss race. He is by far the best PvP player statistically. Statistics, schmististics. There are three kinds of lies in the world: lies, damn lies, and statistics. And you know what? I don't care about stats. I say Bisu is the best player out there. But I think in this best of three, Best is going to give Bisu the fight of his life. If anyone can stop Bisu, I think it's Best here.
Did you yell at one of the guys on Commentary Idol for saying statistics don't matter, or was that me? Sorry, we're being hypocrites, but we don't care. Anyway, we got a really hot booth girl in for Bisu. Bisu, by the way, is is this rated G, or should I go straight to the R? Bisu is banging her. All right, he is doing the nasty with that girl, and she is smiling because last night was good. Best, on the other hand, wearing the big blue jacket. He's headed in to stay warm. Players always wearing the big jackets to keep warm, keep their bodies moving, or I guess not moving, but just nice and toasty so they can keep their fingers moving nice and easy. And yeah, so now he's got the July Zerg booth girl. Oh wait, no, that was the other girl, right? Sorry. She's actually not that bad.
She's skinny as hell.
No, but there's a booth girl that looks like July Zerg. I thought it was her for a second, but it was covered by the logo. So either way, these two players warming up, man, and they are playing on, what is it, Chupung Ryeong, or is it Neo Harmony? Oh, Chupung Ryeong. All right. So, you know, we've actually seen a lot of good PvPs here on that map, and one of which was actually Bisu versus Stork, I believe. And we saw in that game, right, this was a big game, and I think Bisu actually lost that game, and it all came down to a lack of observers. So it could be something as simple as that to turn the tide in a game like this, in a PvP mirror match, you know. And look at that. Oh, my God. Win, 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 lose. Win, 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 lose. That's some crazy stats. And Best, on the other hand, win, win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, lose, lose. Not quite as good, but still, this is the semis, and these players have certainly been practicing for this game, and I'm sure that they are completely focused on the task at hand.
Right, you are, Rise. It is actually the quarterfinals, round of 8 here, but it might as well be the finals. These two players are so good. We're in the round of 8, of course. These are played over 2 days, the best of 3. Today we're going to get the first game on March 6th, and you know, that of course has the first games of these 4 best of 3 one-on-one matchups. That's how the OSL works. The MSL, actually, in the round of 8, already moves up to best of 5s, but here we're going to see a relatively short series, so a little bit of luck could factor into it. Rise, you didn't answer
She's
who
hot.
you thought was a favorite here. Yeah,
that booth girl is my favorite. but if I'm going to have to pick a favorite, I got to say, you know, I really think that Bisu is going to win, but just for the hell of it, I'm going to root for Best, because everyone rooting for the same guy is boring. And you know what? Best is a great player. You know, we've seen Best pull out plenty of crazy tricks out of his own hat. But what happened last time Best was in the finals? Do you remember?
Well, he got Tushined. He got God of War'd 3-0 by July Zerg. He basically came over and consumed him and gained 50 energy. And let's not forget, the last time Best faced a top Protoss player, which was in the OSL round of 8, actually, or is it round of 4? I forgot what. But Stork versus Best. Stork took that series against expectations, may I add, against my expectations. So maybe Best is, you know, a little bit of a gun-shy player when it comes to the finals, or he just, you know, he can't pull the trigger, I guess. It's not so much he's gun-shy. He just gets his finger on the trigger and he just can't pull it. And he gets shot in the face then by, you know, top Protoss players. So, I don't know. I mean, he's supposed to be able to be, you know, the best against any Protoss, but he hasn't been able to do it in a Star League yet.
Well, one thing that we have seen from Bisu is that when he is on top, he is dominant. There's nobody that can even touch him when his game is really there. So I think we're going to find out very quickly into this match if his game is there. Yeah, that's true. That's true. She could be on top anytime. And if he is on top of his game, he will. I think he'll dominate Best no matter what Best wants to do. But Best, of course, I think Best is a very consistent player, though. He's a very consistent top player. And Bisu, in the past, we've seen him where he's kind of slumped a little bit. You know, he's had his moments where he's kind of just let things go. He's lost multiple Reavers full of. Yeah, exactly. And not to mention, you know, when we do watch him play PvPs, I've seen him do, you know, strats where he goes Reavers and shuttles, right? He's got 4 Reavers or something like that. And he lost all of them just because of careless micro. And if his game is not there, he's actually kind of bad. So, really, we're going to find out very shortly if his game's on top, on par, on birdie, whatever you want to call it, and if he's going to dominate.
Absolutely, and here we do have Bisu at the bottom left, and we got Best at the upper right in purple, Bisu in blue. Chupung Ryeong is the map, of course. Chupung Ryeong, natural expansion, is fairly easy to pick up, but your other expansion at the corners, man, I mean, the games go 25 minutes in PvP, and they still can't pick it up. In fact, most of the times they end up distance mining it, just because it's so hard to hold, I guess, against reverb pressure, especially shuttle pressure, and also just you know, the game is so intense. It's all about those ridges in the middle of the map. If your enemy gets to your ridge with ranged upgraded Dragoons, you're in a horrible position. And if you can get to your opponent's ridge, then you're in a great position. That's what really it is. It's a lot of it is a big positional game. Is this telling somebody to Alt F4? I have no idea.
That would be. Oh my God, the horse guy is back. Oh, he's got 2 horse guys, and one of them is picking his nose. I wish I could read those Korean signs. Oh wait, I can. He's saying I am made of veal, and Bisu, you can eat me. And oh wow. Look at that's a nice drawing, actually. We have an artist, but we'll never know who the artist is because not only will she not show her face, she didn't sign it, so nobody will ever know who she is. The Bob Ross of Korea is staying unknown. So anyway, these players are going to start off at their bases with some standard strategies, I guess. We just saw, you know, just 1 gate so far. I'm expecting 1 gate tech from Bisu because he seems to really enjoy doing that, and it looks like he is going to get that quick gas down. Best on the other end doing the same exact thing. So we may just see quick tech to goons with some range and maybe into Reavers, but who knows? I mean, these players might be trying to do something a little tricky. Best getting in a little bit earlier with the scout, so looks like he must have gone after his pylon finish. Bisu he stayed to wait until his assimilator was actually put up. So Best's going to have a little bit more information, but not really because it's not going to tell him anything more. So I guess advantage Bisu so far.
Tiny advantage. Bisu, of course, you know, has
12 more
tricky.
minerals.
Yeah, tricksy with his DTs in the past. Maybe Best just wants to make sure, you know, he's not going to go super fast DTs or something. Oh, but Bisu also more effective. Looks like he's gone for a Manor Pylon. However, Best already has a Zealot out, and Bisu is not sending a Zealot out. And if the calculations I've read in the past are correct, it actually is not very good. That Manor Pylon is actually not going to be worth it. He might decide to cancel. Let's see if he cancels it or if he leaves it. He's going to leave it actually. So it stays up for a few more seconds. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best investment though, because he's not going to kill any probes with a Zealot. Usually you want to do that. Anyway though, it looks like a Cybernetics core going up for both players. The timing is about the same because they both went 1 pylon into core instead of putting that second pylon up first. And both have built 1 Zealot. So mirror matchup so far, I would actually say Bisu might be a tiny sliver behind, although that's very debatable. I'm sure someone's going to make like a crazy mathematical model with like a million trials and like, you know, that'd be actually kind of cool if they did that.
I don't think anyone's gonna do that. If they do, really, I don't want to see it, man. I'd rather leave it up to mystery. But you know what? Bisu was ahead by like what? I don't know, 16 minerals before, and then maybe all right, I'm not gonna go there. So he's now getting range upgraded at a Cybernetic core, and we're seeing that we are not getting range upgraded at Best core. Now Best obviously has a scouting probe in his base, so he might be up. Never mind, he is getting the core upgrade now. Maybe because he popped out a couple of Zealots sooner, or maybe he was trying to hide the tech in hope of getting that that probe killed. But Bisu, one thing Bisu is fantastic at is keeping his scouting probe alive for an ungodly length of time. And at the same time, he's chasing off Best probe, which is, oh, might actually go down. It's going to be close. He's trying to get away. One more hit. He's got like 2 more hit points. Oh, the probe gets the kill. Wow, amazing micro by Bisu, and Best now clearly behind. No, so Bisu has gotten his first goon out, and it looks like Best has exactly the same units hanging out, and he has secured his first ridge to try to stop Bisu from going forward as quick as possible. Both getting a robotics facility up as well, so we're probably going to be seeing some Reavers, although I hope that these players learn from past mistakes and also get obs.
Good point there. Good point. Well, I mean, we're probably going to see obs, but I'm going to have a feeling we're going to see fast Reavers, and then one of these two could, in fact, go for a Stork build, which is going for the fast shuttle speed, and then using that to suicide kamikaze nuclear bomb a Reaver into the enemy's mineral lines, and that actually has worked out very well for Stork against both Best and Bisu. And by the way, Stork did slay Best in the semifinals, the round of 4 in the last OSL. So Best, has definitely, his dreams of winning that first title, of winning the OSL title when he's such a strong player, have been dashed in the past. And, this has got to be something that he's so hungry for at this point. I mean, he can taste it, but every time it eludes him, and he can't be known as a true bourgeois, or obviously not a bourgeois, but true S-class player even, until he wins a Star League. Looks like both players have gone obs first. So this is just, pure mirror match here. Both have thought this game out completely. Neither of them have gone Reavers. It's very interesting just watching. Complete mirror build so far.
I got to say one thing about Best being in that position multiple times and having lost multiple times. I'd actually think that he is somewhat used to the pressure. He's gotten over, a lot of times in other games, say poker. I know a lot of people hate talk about poker on the internet, but it's a great example. People, when they get to the final table in the World Series of Poker, they're just happy to be there, so they don't really care so much if they win. Of course, they want to win, but I think a lot of times the pressure is there, so they really just don't feel like they don't have their head really in the game. But at this point, Best has lost twice. He's been to the final table and lost, and now he wants to be at the final table and win. He wants to get a title for himself, like you were saying. And looks like both these players actually go in very quick obs to make sure that they do have control over those ridges. Of course, the obs will help you get up and down those ridges easier, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see your way up if you're trying to fight your way up. So excuse me, now a shuttle is out for Bisu, and you can be sure that a Reaver is going to be popping out very shortly after. But it's funny, Bisu's got less troops on the front line, it seems, and Best has a very strong front line. I wonder if his back is actually more weak. And oh, look at Bisu, he's going to pick off the first obs. That's actually going to hurt Best a lot more than you would think normally, and now he's going to have basically Best playing in the dark right now for a little bit until another obs gets out. So Bisu with the map hacks advantage, and it looks like Best is not going to deal with this. He is just going to push out right now until that obs can come back out, secure that first ridge at the very least, and maybe do some more damage as well.
Yeah, Best going maybe for a recon and force, but importantly, the sort of deviation in this game was that Best expanded first, and I'm not sure if Bisu has put up a second Nexus. I don't think he has, actually, and looks like Best is going to be going for a harass here. Yeah, harass inside of Bisu's base. Bisu is ready for it, though. Every time we watch a Pro Wrestler Pro Wrestler, there are Dragoons right there in that position. I remember Reach was playing somebody, a Stork actually, and he had Dragoons right there, and he managed to chase Stork off. So, definitely a smart place to put your Dragoons. Just 2 of them seem to be enough to ward away shuttles. In any case, though, there is Bisu now approaching Best's hill there. Best has expanded first. He might be just temporarily 1 or 2 units behind. That might make the difference. He's actually not in position with any of his Reavers, whereas Bisu streaming forward here. 2 Reavers for him. Best is getting his second Reaver, but he has to pick it up, and that one, there's one in the shuttle, and this one is not protected. The one on the right could go down very quickly. Bisu's going to focus fire on it. The one on the right goes down. Best in huge trouble. Some of his Dragoons are running away from the battle. Wimpy Dragoons, of course, messed up by the AI, and Best looks like he could lose the first game to a very fast push.
And Bisu is in fact dominating. Great Reva, Michael, as expected. Best looking, visibly upset, visibly disappointed. He knows that he's definitely going to lose this. Huge scarabs going off. Beaver is officially taking the ball gag out of his closet, put it in Best's mouth, and Best is about to lose this match to Bisu. And Bisu cleaning up that expo, so any games that he may have seen is over. And really, at this point, we're just waiting for Best to GG as Bisu completely runs over his base.
What a timing attack here. I mean, Bisu just calculating it perfectly. I think what he did was he saw Best move his shuttle into his base. He said, Best's shuttle is out of position. I'm going to move in right now that I've chased him out. And I don't know what Best is waiting for. GG coming from Best. Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, man. So, very intense.
Yeah, I mean, just an open and shut game here. Not much of a, a strategic game. Bisu went for one straight-up attack against Best. Of course, let us not forget that they are both on SKT1, of course, and I do wonder how that plays into it. I mean, what do you think, Rise? I mean, I know the teams probably separate the two. They do separate, usually, the teams separate players if they're going to be playing each other in an individual Star League for a while so they can practice alone, but I do wonder how that affects them,
Well, I did notice that Best actually had a little bit of bloody crust on his nose from Bisu punching him in the face during practice after losing some practice games. And look at that. Bisu being a true gentleman, though, and going over to congratulate or say GG to his teammate, or I don't know what the hell he just said because it's Korean and I can't hear what he said anyway. So, all right. Game 1 down. Bisu up 1-0. Let's go on to the second match because we got to be assured that this is going to be an epic follow-up. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready. We're going to be actually watching another first game, actually. Not the second game of this, but we're going to be watching Fantasy versus Luxury next.